Hey troops, gonna start my series of videos now. They really don't have anything to do with music at all, but have more to do with other things that I'm interested in that are important to me. Um, One of the things that you will learn about me, if you don't know it already, is that I do subscribe to the Christian worldview. I am a believer in Christ, and I do attend church, and so that is like my life. That's the reality that I have chosen, not randomly. I wasn't born into that or taught that by my parents. It's something that I came into later in my life after a pretty thorough amount of research and questioning, and it's something that I still research and I still challenge myself every day, because I feel like if you have a belief system, and it's such a big part of you, something that defines you on this level, you need to challenge it. Because what happens if all of a sudden, you find out that you're essentially wrong, and you have to adjust. So if you don't look for challenges, you'll never find that thing if it's out there. So I spend a large amount of my time looking into it, and trying to challenge it. It's hard to do, honestly, because a lot of people who would challenge you, for some reason, feel the need to insult and belittle and to criticize and to just be bullies or mean or whatever else. And I don't have the patience to deal with that kind of stuff. I just tune those kind of people out. And so, finding real conversations about things relating to why we're here and what we're doing here and is there a God and all these other things, I find this kind of conversations hard to actually get into, because most people have very, very specific ideas about what they think about that, and they are not willing to let go of those, and they're not curious, trying to see if there's even anything that could be questioned about them. And so, that's kind of sad, but that's the reality of most people, is that their belief systems are entrenched and you're not going to change them. So I don't even try anymore, really. I just explain what I believe and the facts as I see them, and you either agree with me or you don't. Personally, it almost has nothing to do with whether or not I can have a relationship with you or talk to you. It's just on that particular subject, we are going to be in disagreement. One of the things that really bothers me is this tendency in society, as I've gotten older, being in my 60s now, I've noticed that something that didn't exist when I was a kid is that it doesn't seem like you can disagree with anybody now without them becoming your mortal enemy. I don't understand that concept. It hasn't always been like this, and the advent of the internet and that level of telecommunications and information sharing has made it possible for people to be extremely vulgar and mean and insensitive, and bullies and punks, because they're invisible and there's no recriminations. There's no sort of karma or anything that they have to worry about going through. They can just spew whatever they want to spew, and you see it all the time, and it's kind of sad that things are that way, but they really are. So anyways, one of the things that really throws a question mark at Christianity, in my mind, is the concept of alien life and extraterrestrials and that sort of thing. Now, personally, for me, neither I nor anybody else, I think, can make a definitive statement with 100% proof that extraterrestrials do or don't exist. You can't, because there's no way to prove it or disprove it. Now, I think that you can get into a discussion of what is most likely based on the evidence. And for me, my feeling is that it is most likely that extraterrestrials do not exist. and there's several reasons why I feel that way, and I'll go into some of them, and not just in this video, but going forward we'll talk about some more, because I love to talk about theories, even about things that I don't even believe in, or don't necessarily feel are likely, as in this case. So let me state again, I'm not saying that they don't exist. I'm saying in my mind, they most likely don't. One of the reasons that I have for that is studying what is called the Fermi paradox, which is this concept that it's a theory. It asks a question. The question is that with the number of stars that we have found and the potentially habitable planets in our observable universe, we have found no evidence of extraterrestrial civilizations whatsoever. Now, there's reasons for that. I mean, given the distances between us and these other planets and these other places, it would be hard, even if they were there, to prove it, because the distance is so great. We can't actually, peer down into these planets and onto these worlds and actually see or verify anything. But like Earth, for example, if somebody had the technological capability to look at us from light years away, it seems like it would be very easy to determine that there was life here just by how lit up and electrified this planet is at night, based on our technology, not to mention all the crap that we've got floating around the planet. If anybody was able to observe us with any kind of clarity, it would be pretty easy to determine that we are here. And we haven't seen anything like that. And it might not be just because it doesn't exist, but because we just don't have the technology to view that deeply. So maybe somewhere in the future we will be able to. Who knows? All I'm saying is that as of now, and according to this paradox, there's just no evidence. This particular theory has been investigated by scientists literally for half a century. And it's something that's interesting to kind of read about. You can get good information on it just by doing a Google on it. But it's not like a simple idea. There's different parts of it, and the Fermi paradox can be argued in different ways. One of the ways is, there's no evidence, right? And that's one way you can argue. The other way is that there is so many millions of planets that there are millions of planets, obviously, that are in an Earth-like zone that would be capable of supporting life that is like here on Earth. And that opens up a whole nother discussion, because who's to say that life, as we know it, is the only type of life that there is? I mean, what exactly is life, if you think about it? And what is the purpose of it? I mean, you could have beings out there that don't need oxygen, that don't need water, don't need all of these other things that are required for us. And they could be out there existing all over the galaxy, and we might not even be able to detect them, because they are in environments that we are not looking, like say the surface of a star, okay? Or B, they might be hiding. They might actually see us and not want to be looked at by us. So they have hidden themselves. Who knows? Like I said, there's no way to definitively say, but I think that based upon the evidence that's out there, that the likelihood is very strongly against, my opinion, very strongly against the idea of other civilizations being out there. And one of the things that's interesting about this is that, like, if it was proven that there are other civilizations out there, what would that do to theology here on Earth? Could you possibly have religions like Christianity anymore if it's proven that Earth is not the only place that has life? That discussion can go in 150 different directions as well. And we probably will go in some of those directions because I find that actually fascinating. Like, what happens to religious-based beliefs in the face of discovering an extraterrestrial civilization? I find that just fascinating. There's just so much to unpack here. And we'll get into some more of this. I just thought that as an introductory video to discussion topics that I want to get into on this channel, that this was a good place to kind of start and just kind of dive in a little bit. And at that, I'm going to go ahead and end this for the day. I don't want these videos to go more than 10 or 15 minutes ever, and because people get bored, I get bored. Anyways, hope you have an awesome day. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. Peace.